Some of you may have seen some of these available on Amazon or various other places like eBay. They are a locking wheel nut remover kit, and as you can see there's different sizes of them. The biggest problem with buying these kits is the simple reason that most locking nuts don't actually fit them, and in order to actually get them around the locking nut, you either have to destroy the remover or buy one that's made specifically for your brand of wheel locking nuts. So I'm going to show you an easier way of doing it that's going to require just a few small things that are going to cost at least 4 times less than what you're paying for one of these kits. So for this you're going to need some very simple things. One, a breaker bar, one, a flathead screwdriver, some sort of heating device, and an 80mm sprocket, or whichever is the closest one to whichever your locking nut is. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is take the 80mm sprocket and hammer it onto the locking nut. Not too much, we're talking about a centimetre at most. You don't need to jam it on there too much, just enough so you can actually get a good grip on it. This won't actually destroy your socket. Most people say it will, but if you're buying a relatively new one, it won't actually damage it all that much, if at all, especially if you don't put too much force onto it. And there you go, it's taken the wheel nut off, pretty straightforward, not much effort required. I've actually found it more difficult to take off one of the regular wheel nuts with just a 90mm standard socket. Those ones actually tend to slip a bit more because of the shape of the sprocket itself. Okay, so the next thing you do is quite simple. You just take it to a wood or metal vise and you clamp it into place. The 80mm sprocket will have a hole in it where you can attach it to a ratchet. All you do is simply put the screwdriver through the hole and embed it into where the wheel nut is. Take a hammer and then just smack it with a good firm tap and it should just pop out, which is significantly easier than trying to take it off of one of the wheel locking nut kit remover kits, as they tend to be screwed in quite heavily and often they'll be jammed in place and you're never going to get them out. So as you can see, this is one of the sprockets after I've done 4 wheels. Virtually no damage whatsoever to it. If there's any damage whatsoever, it's going to be to the locking nut, and presumably in most cases you're going to be removing that and throwing it away and replacing it with a new one, because you've obviously not got the locking nut key for them. Those you can get off of eBay usually for between about 12 to 15 quid in most cases, and it's a darn sight cheaper than having to go out to get AA or the RAC to replace it for you, or to hire a shop to do it for you. In most cases, most shops won't actually do it for you because of the damage to the wheels that you often have to do, and they won't risk scratching the alloys that obviously you paid anywhere between £100 to £300 for.